so good at fighting, man. In the middle of the Jose Aldo fight, I remember looking in his eyes and watching how calm, like genuinely calm he was. I'm like, this guy just, and Dana said it best, he's like, he eats pressure.
Khabib was utterly unreserved, bluntly asserting that the damage McGregor has taken, especially the severe leg injuries, is simply not something you truly bounce back from. He firmly believes this, coupled with a perceived lack of appetite and diminishing motivation that sets in after achieving great victory, means a fighter's true peak is a once-in-a-lifetime phenomenon. No comeback, no matter how lauded or anticipated, can ever truly revive that magic. Once the highest mountain has been scaled, the decline, in his view, is just an unavoidable phase of the journey. This stark assessment cuts directly through all the hype, delivering a harsh dose of reality that challenges the very premise of McGregor's grand return.
It is interesting that in the time where that low calf kick is coming to prominence, and you know, this is also a time when Conor started moving away from the sport, took time off, fought boxing, you know, then came back and had the fight with Khabib, and then came back and had the fight with Cowboy. The calf kick was never in play in any of his fights. But if you look at him stylistically, and this is one of the things, I love DC's detail that he does on ESPN. It's amazing. But when he broke down Conor's heavy weight on the right leg, he leans in like this all the time. It's such a big weapon.
And sometimes he, like you said, that wide stance as well. It's just hard to check the kick from that wide stance.
Yeah,
you know.
Well, it's a crazy stance for everything other than calf kicks. It's a great stance. Yeah. I mean, he's so good at moving in and covering distance with that stance.
As of right here, right now, Gaethje McGregor is still on the table, and I think that should be. I think that should be pulled. I do not believe that Conor should walk into a title fight, but moreover, I will tell you, and Conor will too, he's not going to 155. Now, the promotion does not yet have that through their head. They are still pushing for Conor and 155. This is all extremely accurate information. So, I think there's a lot of options for McGregor. I really think that if it's not him versus Chandler, it should be. We really should look at that. We fans were promised a certain fight. We fans have been pretty damn patient.
But McGregor himself vehemently disagrees, countering Khabib's doubts with an emphatic yes to his competitive drive. He frames his own comeback as far more than just another fight. It's a profoundly driven journey of newfound introspection. His ambition and competitive spark, he boldly declares, aren't merely back. They are stronger, more fervent, and more precise than ever before. After considerable self-reflection to realign his psyche and physique, McGregor maintains he's returning sharper, precisely honed, and completely poised to demonstrate he still unquestionably merits a place on the sport's grandest, most prestigious platforms. This White House bout to him is the supreme test arena for this newly unceasingly motivated iteration of himself.
You fight with who? If you're gonna fight with Cowboy Cerrone, you're gonna look good. You're gonna be like lion. But if you're gonna fight like guys who on the top, who really best in the world, like Dustin Poirier, like this fight gonna show your level. You know, okay, fight with Cowboy or like these fights, be lion and that's it. Make money. This is smart. But if you wanna become champion, if you wanna fight like Beneil, Islam, Charles, Dustin Poirier, Justin Gaethje, these guys lions. You know, these guys gonna show your level.
Legendary UFC voice Joe Rogan clarifies the undeniable truth. Conor McGregor's magnetic draw hasn't faded. Regardless of his current form or recent performance, his value, astonishingly, remains fully unaltered. He stands as an unquestioned lone power at the absolute pinnacle of skill lists, consistently attracting more focus, more media reports, and more discussion than any other in the massive numbers of viewers for any event he participates in. This pull is remarkably unusual in an age where celebrities frequently come and go fast, and that is precisely why his name continually surfaces, monopolizing all talks regarding the highly anticipated White House card. His star power simply transcends traditional metrics.
What's next, Mauricio?
O que é o próximo? O que é o que vem agora para você?
Eu pedi Perry Pimblett na Casa Branca, talvez Conor McGregor tá querendo lutar também. Eu vi na internet rumores que ele acha melhor lutar contra mim, que sou um bom striker e que vai dar show pra galera, do que contra o Michael Chandler, que vem só de derrotas. E eu tô aqui, eu sou trabalhador do UFC, o que o UFC colocar, eu tô pronto.
Yeah, I work for UFC, but of course I want to fight on White House, maybe with Paddy Pimblett or maybe Conor. I saw something about Conor saying that it's good to fight with me than Michael Chandler. So yeah, but I'm a UFC, so whatever.
What's even Chael Sonnen, always perceptive, further elucidates how McGregor's deep impact on the sport extends far beyond his victories and defeats. He characterizes McGregor as one of those genuinely rare combatants who didn't merely compete, he radically reshaped the entire commercial framework of mixed martial arts itself. McGregor's formula for unmatched triumph wasn't just about his combat skills, though he certainly possessed them. No, it was about creating immense buzz and cultivating a truly unforgettable personality, again and again, so compellingly that people simply could not avert their gaze. That ceaseless, engrossing focus he produced was then expertly shifted into clear advantage, forming staggering amounts of money.
Still,
Yeah,
even though he might not be the best fighter in the world right now, he's the golden goose.
of course he is.
Yeah.
Rogan's main idea regarding McGregor's communication strategy was crystal clear to some genuinely keen observers. What often looks like mere trash talk is in fact a complex, meticulously crafted strategy. McGregor undeniably mastered this art. Rogan identifies him as one of the few fighters alongside Chael Sonnen himself who fundamentally changed the game. Their method involved talking DM Shuret and thereby capturing the attention of millions. While some may view this as purely a smart commercial move designed to generate hype and secure massive paydays, it undeniably reshaped how fighters approach promotion, turning verbal jabs into a legitimate, profitable competitive tool, much to the awe and sometimes frustration of the establishment.
Yeah. You know, it just...
That would be a great one. But what excites me more is the fight with Paddy.
Really?
Yeah, that fight excites me even more. And if they could put that fight in Spain.
Khabib Nurmagomedov, however, views things differently, framing the upcoming White House card as simply another show for the fans. He asserts that facing an opponent like Donald Cowboy Cerrone, McGregor indeed appears incredibly flashy and undoubtedly sells a massive amount of tickets, creating immense buzz. Yet for Khabib, the genuine crucial query is whether McGregor can truly still contend with the very peak of the lightweight division. He's speaking of competitors such as Dustin Poirier, Islam Makhachev, Charles Oliveira, or Justin Gaethje, the elite. To Khabib, this definitive trial is about showing if McGregor's peak truly exists, or if he's become merely a sensation making headlines.
I feel like there's a couple guys who kind of changed the game. One of them was Chael Sonnen, and another one is Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
And part of the way they changed the game was talking mad shit and getting a lot of people to pay attention to them.
Yeah.
And
Which, cool, you know? Like, it got them a lot of attention, it got them a lot of money, but like, and if that's what makes them happy, cool.
A crucial technical detail emerges from Daniel Cormier's analysis, highlighting a potential weakness in McGregor's game that the new era of striking could exploit. Cormier broke down McGregor's stylistic tendency to place heavy weight on his right leg, leaning into it constantly in his wide stance. While this stance is effective for moving and covering distance, it presents a significant vulnerability. Cormier acutely observed that this wide stance makes it hard to check the kick from that wide stance, labeling it crazy for everything other than calf kicks. Intriguingly, the calf kick was never a prominent weapon in any of McGregor's fights before his break, raising questions about his preparedness for modern striking threats.
History show us, when you take like this damage, you're never gonna be same, never ever. Okay, if we talk about Conor, okay, like last couple years he's not hungry, and now what happened with his legs, like never ever, never people come back. And never gonna be people on the same prime twice. Prime come only one time. You're gonna be on.
The future of McGregor's weight class is also shrouded in controversy and conflicting desires. While Gaethje versus McGregor is still on the table, a stark reality is revealed. McGregor himself is not going to 155 pounds. Despite this clear stance from the fighter, the promotion has not yet fully grasped this, as they are still actively pushing for Conor to fight at 155. This information is deemed extremely accurate, suggesting a significant disconnect between the athlete's intentions and the organization's plans. This internal struggle over weight divisions adds another layer of complexity to McGregor's much-anticipated comeback, shaping potential matchups and title aspirations in unexpected ways for the fans.
It depends you fight with who. If you're gonna fight with Cowboy Cerrone, you're gonna look good. You're gonna be like lion. But if you're gonna fight like guys who on the top, who really best in the world, like Dustin Poirier, like this fight gonna show your level, you know? Okay, fight with Cowboy or like these fights, be lion and that's it, make money. This is smart. But if you wanna become champion, if you wanna fight like Beneil, Islam, Charles, Dustin Poirier, Justin Gaethje, these guys lions, you know? These guys gonna show your level.
As the buzz surrounding this unprecedented White House card intensifies, Conor McGregor's name surfaces more often than ever, seemingly becoming an indispensable part of every conversation in the sport. We're witnessing a relentless barrage of challenges, with athletes from every division circling him, eager for a piece of the action. Even seasoned experts are completely split on what this historic, pivotal event will ultimately prove to be. Yet, one undeniable truth holds firm, a point on which all agree. If the lights are on and cameras are rolling, McGregor will certainly be front and center, wholly in the thick of it all. All else surrounding this unique spectacle remains a realm of endless prospect and rampant conjecture.
That dictates my journey and all of our journeys. And I live my life by God's word. And since around that time that you mentioned at the last event, I've engaged on a spiritual journey, and I'm saved, I am healed, and you know, on the back of that, the world is in for a treat. The world is in for a treat. My competitive spark that was once in my heart is now a roaring blaze. So I'm very excited. You know, I envy these men up here on this dais. They're right about to make weight, and they're to go in and enjoy and entertain and do what they were called to do, as am I called to do it. I'm eager to get back, and right now I had to dial myself in and go inward, and that I done, and I'm very, very excited to come back my own.
Intriguing how one specific name consistently draws all others into its sphere. Despite the precise details of this White House occasion remaining somewhat unclear, Mauricio Ruffy, for instance, utterly refused to retreat from the opportunity this White House card presented. He boldly stepped into the limelight, undeterred by Conor McGregor's immense shadow hanging over the entire dialogue. When Ruffy was questioned directly regarding his very next action, he leaned right into the hubbub surrounding McGregor, making it plain he fully grasped the situation. This audacious move by Ruffy underscores the magnetic pull McGregor still exerts, forcing other fighters to confront his presence directly, even when uninvited.
Right, okay, a special treat in the White House and a special treat in Conor McGregor, which is almost a gift, right? Bread Panty Night is real. That's a gift for somebody. We'll gift this to Justin Gaethje on his way out the door, and he won't mind fighting in a different weight class because he's leaving anyway. He's not coming up the ranks. This is all part of the thought process as to why it's going to be Conor versus Justin Gaethje, but that is also believed that Justin Gaethje was going to lose. Now, you can't say that. When you go in and you start talking about these deals, there's never say, hey, you're going to lose to Patty. So when you lose to Patty, we're going to bump you up a weight class that won't matter as you're on your way out anyway. Like, you can't say those things. So when he goes in and gets the win, it's very hard to unwind that and go, okay, it's no longer McGregor and Gaethje. They're both going to go. Why? Right? Imagine McGregor that already said yes to Gaethje.
Ruffy's strategic move capitalized on existing murmurings that Conor might be searching for a truly genuine striker, someone who offers aggression and thrills instead of a careful, measured adversary. Mauricio Ruffy, possessing truly remarkable timing, put himself forward as exactly that, accessible, keen, and without any pretense or laundry list of demands. He made it crystal clear that he is entirely set to step into the spotlight, prepared to let the UFC make the ultimate choice. His message was direct and unambiguous. If McGregor is truly seeking a fight that will be incredibly exciting, I'm the one. This bold self-nomination sets up an intriguing potential clash, signaling Ruffy's undeniable ambition.
Shit, give them what they want, not what they expect. I could say some big news. And I can't deny or confirm what you just said.
Even Chael Sonnen was talking about it. And as I said, when you look at Jorge Masvidal and the career that he's had, and then you remember Jorge Masvidal has been a massive supporter of Donald Trump. I think he's spoken publicly at rallies for Donald Trump as well. So he's certainly in the good graces of the Trump family, right? And they're the kind of people that they're going to want at the White House. Conor McGregor versus Jorge Masvidal. That'll be a sensational matchup. Michael Chandler, of course, losing to Paddy Pimblett the way that he did. And then, of course, when you look at the majority of fights that he's lost, okay, it doesn't really put him in too good of a standing, okay? And of course, he's 155. Yeah, he'd come up to 170 to fight McGregor, but he's not a natural 170. And Jorge Masvidal has fought at 155, but also finished his career at 170. He did fight for the belt. He did have the fastest knockout in history. He absolutely destroyed Nate Diaz when he became the first BMF. I mean, if you go back to 2019, that was the coming out.
Furthermore, a clash with Conor McGregor is no ordinary fight. It signifies a chance to make history, to step into an unparalleled spotlight, and to generate figures that can utterly redefine an entire career, setting new benchmarks for monetary success and legacy. Ilia Topuria, for example, unhesitatingly affirmed his absolute readiness to answer the call should it arise. That alone speaks volumes about McGregor's lasting influence. Even if he might not be the best fighter in the world right now, he is undeniably the golden goose. Trust me, that lasting power is simply wild, quite amazing, and remains so valid, a testament to his unique ability to command attention and create monumental opportunities. His place among the elite.
Generation of fighters are going to know you for the way you commentate, the way you call plays, the way you are so analytical about fighters. You're amazing at what you do at bringing the whole story to life, and I think it's like one piece of the puzzle that has to be there. Like, we need John Anik, you know, and we've seen you do some other things with the Canelo fight, which was amazing, by the way, which I want to talk about. How much of this chemistry is built off the camera versus on the camera?
Building on Anik's perceptive, the conversation around McGregor's market value continues to dominate, with Joe Rogan perfectly articulating Conor's demand. Rogan emphasizes that Conor McGregor's magnetic draw hasn't faded, asserting that regardless of his present position or recent form, his value quite astonishingly stays fully unaltered. He remains an unquestioned lone power at the absolute pinnacle of skill lists. McGregor invariably manages to attract more focus, more media reports, and more talk than all others, consistently generating huge numbers of viewers for any event he takes part in. This pull is remarkably unusual in an age where celebrities frequently come and go fast, explaining why his name continually monopolizes White House card discussions.
It's no secret, obviously. I want to fight Conor, and I think it's no secret by the things that he's posting, the interviews that he's doing, the number of times he said my name. Posted a video of me and him and our highlights and all that kind of stuff a week or so ago. He wants to fight me. I want to fight him. He wants to fight at the White House. I want nothing more than to be wearing the red, white, and blue stars and bars, walking onto the White House lawn and fighting at the White House. You know how hard it is to put percentages on anything in mixed martial arts. It's such a crazy sport, and that's why we love it. But one thing is for sure, Conor wants to fight me at the White House. I want to fight him at the White House. And conversations are being had. I think things are moving in that direction, but we're never going to know when this thing's going to be announced. So we will see. All I know is I'm going to start training here very soon, like laser focused on June, whatever it is. And they're going to keep holding the cards close to their chests, as they always do, trying to keep things a secret. And we'll see how.
So, shifting focus to potential opponents, Chael Sonnen offered invaluable thoughts on who Conor could realistically meet at the White House card, presenting a prospective clash with Justin Gaethje as nearly a boon. Sonnen characterized it as a truly shrewd matchup that offers perfect logic for both the sheer spectacle it would generate and the distinct trajectories of both athletes. It's a match that promises fireworks nonetheless, a warning instantly underscored that truly nothing is certain once that cage door slams shut. This strategic pairing, a gift for Gaethje, who may be on his way out, is designed for maximum entertainment and offers a compelling narrative for both combatants. Sonnen proceeded to explore the immense complexities that might arise should Conor McGregor be immediately granted a championship bout, particularly if he returns to the 155-pound lightweight category. He carefully detailed how this action prompts crucial inquiries regarding the genuine meaning of a championship belt within the UFC and has the potential to rapidly render the whole scenario extremely chaotic and politically sensitive. Granting a title shot without a clear path of recent victories could devalue the championship itself, creating an unfair precedent and igniting fury among deserving contenders who have rigorously climbed the ranks. This delicate situation demands a solution that respects both McGregor's star power and the integrity of the sport. To ingeniously bypass this possible predicament and maintain sporting integrity, Sonnen astutely put forward a fight against the loser of the much-anticipated Gaethje vs. Paddy Pimblett contest. This encounter, he claimed, could nonetheless create tremendous levels of interest and thrill without directly compromising a title picture. It's unquestionably a huge bout with considerable public interest, offering a high-profile platform for McGregor's return against a well-known opponent. Yet Sonnen underscored with absolute certainty that the White House strategy is not solely aimed at generating hype, it's vitally about securing a bout that also holds intrinsic logical importance for the central plot and wider history of the sport. Then Michael Bisping, a formidable voice in MMA, weighed in regarding prospective Oval Office pairings, particularly underscoring the irrefutable star appeal and compelling narratives accompanying them. He promptly identified Jorge Masvidal as a phenomenally ideal rival for Conor McGregor, astutely observing Masvidal's broadly reported political leanings and his profound connection to the political stage, rendering him a practically custom fit for the executive setting. Bisping highlighted Masvidal's strong track record, extending from the quickest knockout in UFC history to becoming the inaugural BMF champion, presenting him as a competitor able to provide both undeniable authenticity and amazing entertainment against McGregor. Bisping further emphasized Masvidal's suitability for the White House card, contrasting him with other potential opponents like Michael Chandler. He reminded listeners that Jorge Masvidal has been a massive supporter of Donald Trump, even speaking publicly at rallies for him. This deep connection places him certainly in the good graces of the Trump family, making him precisely the kind of figure desired at the White House for such a high-profile event. Conor McGregor versus Jorge Masvidal, that'll be a sensation on matchup, Bisping declared. Masvidal's proven ability to perform at 170 pounds, despite having fought at 155, and his historic career moments solidify his place as a top contender for this unique spectacle. John Anik, another esteemed voice from the MMA community, contributed his thoughts for the White House lineup, readily admitting the immense thrill of Conor McGregor's potential comeback. However, Anik raised distinct questions regarding some of the talked-about pairings now circulating. He notably put forth that a clash with Michael Chandler, although certainly tempting, might not hold as much genuine weight or importance in the fiercely contested lightweight division. A fight possibly occurring at a catchweight, he argued, would further reduce its impact. For Anik, the true interest and substantial implications would arise from prospective matchups with established, challenging competitors like Nate Diaz or Israel Adesanya, ensuring high stakes. Building on Anik's perceptive comments about truth, Michael Chandler himself stepped forward with a truly plain, very direct challenge. "I want Conor McGregor." From the White House podium, Chandler confidently referred to McGregor's own social media updates, his private conversations, and even his key video clips as compelling evidence that this sentiment is mutual. Chandler expressed it unequivocally, seeing a shared longing for this bout. He believes the much-awaited contest is a certainty once the UFC eventually grants its much-awaited approval. Meanwhile, Chandler himself is already keenly focused, demonstrating his readiness and signaling a profound desire for this monumental clash, fueled by McGregor's own actions. Chandler doubled down on his conviction, stating, "It's no secret, obviously. I want to fight Conor, and I think it's no secret by the things that he's posting, the interviews that he's doing, the number of times he said my name, posted a video of me and him and our highlights and all that kind of stuff a week or so ago. He firmly believes he wants to fight me. I want to fight him. He wants to fight at the White House. I want nothing more than to be wearing the red, white, and blue stars and bars, walking onto the White House lawn and fighting at the White House." This undeniable mutual interest sets the stage for a potentially historic showdown, driven by both fighters' public declarations and personal desires. Yet despite the fervent desires of both fighters and the mounting speculation, the precise timing and official announcement remain shrouded in uncertainty. Chandler acknowledges the inherent unpredictability of mixed martial arts, stating, "You know how hard it is to put percentages on anything in mixed martial arts. It's such a crazy sport, and that's why we love it." He confirms that conversations are being had and things are moving in that direction, but crucially, we're never going to know when this thing's going to be announced. The UFC, he notes, will keep their cards close to their chests, maintaining secrecy until the opportune moment. This suspense only amplifies the anticipation for the eventual revelation. So now we want to hear directly from you, our spectacular audience. Which pairing makes the most perfect sense for Conor McGregor at this landmark White House event? Do you picture him going against Michael Chandler, perhaps the thrilling Jorge Masvidal, or the surging Mauricio Ruffy? Or is there another contender entirely you feel should step forward and challenge the sport's biggest star? Sound off right below and truly join this massive discussion, sharing your predictions and insights. And if you haven't done so, make sure you press that subscribe button right now so you won't miss a single one of our detailed fight analyses, unique expert perspectives, and all the vital developments as this truly historic card continues to take shape.